What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, and then we got the snitch files going on. Now, let me first just start off by giving you a YNW Melly update. We're not going to be covering the case until Monday. So the case returns back on Monday. And when it does return on Monday, okay, um, there was a update. So they were in court, not the defendant, which is obviously YNW Melly, but his lawyers and the prosecutors were in court today because a motion was being decided on by the judge. The judge, which is John Murphy, he basically denied the state's motion to have the jury go on a field trip. Like, this is like high school. Like, yo, hey, hop in a yellow bus. We all going on a field trip. They wanted to bring the jury to go see the Jeep with all the bullet holes and the dried up blood and like flesh fragments. It's kind of disgusting. You get what I mean? But they wanted the jury to see it for themselves, to see how heinous and how wild of a crime scene it was. This was the judge ruling on the matter.
Anything else for ruled on?
Yes, Judge. Yes, sir.
Thank you. With respect to the motion tonight, I don't think it's necessary to have a jury view. I don't see it's essential. We both have the photographs of the vehicle in question. I don't think it's going to assist the jury to any great degree analyzing the evidence. So, respect to the motion tonight. Anything else for ruled on?
Okay, so he pretty much denied the motion. I think that's an important step for YNW Melly. Again, you know, a lot of people trying to score this trial. I keep telling y'all can't score a trial like this. You got to think about the people who are deciding it. I know it's, you need to be guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, but these are people who are going to be sitting through this trial, which is is expected to be about a month and a half long. It should conclude at the end of this month. They're hearing stuff. They're seeing pictures. They're being affected by it. And yes, maybe there is reasonable doubt, but they might be like, man, this nigga did it. Fuck it. And things do affect humans. You know what I mean? Like, shit, if, you know, I don't know, like, well, I don't want to make those type of comparisons. Again, it could swing the juror's mind, or at least have them, you know, a little bit more emotionally charged when they're looking in the car that the person died in. Like, you're bringing them so close to where the death occurred. You could imagine at that point, there was a juror getting really emotional and saying that they were nervous because they saw somebody in a ski mask testifying, and they say, yo, there's a nigga in a ski mask testifying in court. I guess back in the day they got robbed or something like that by somebody in a ski mask. They got PTSD, all that type of stuff. Very valid reasons. You might not want to see nobody in a shiesty, especially when nobody else got a shiesty on, right? Now, when you bring those same people who are jurors to now be like, yo, hey, here's the death mobile. Like, they might be, like, fucked up off that. And, again, that could go towards, you know, not only getting a guilty verdict for Melly, but definitely sending him to the chair, which means the death penalty. So the judge said, nah, y'all show them pictures. Y'all don't need to bring them on a fucking field trip to go see the bullet holes and dried up blood and vehicle. And I think that's a minor win for Melly. If we are trying to figure out where the trial's at right now, it's a tale of two halves, if you ask me. If you're a juror who is looking at this and say, damn, it's fucked up that these two guys died, which I imagine everybody's saying. If you're looking to hold somebody accountable, I think all of the evidence that's being provided with the GPS, the ballistics, the medical examiner speaking about whatever, they all basically conclude that it was a nigga in the car that did the shooting. Again, that's like circumstantial evidence. And I think if that is the thing that swayed you, you're going to say Melly did it. If it's the lack of witnesses, lack of motive, people basically not being able to actually affirm that he was there, and anybody who's actually not like a state, like a police, like either expert or like some DNA lab person, everybody else is talking about Melly like he's a great fucking guy. So if you believe that part, you would say, yo, again, y'all ain't do enough to make me think he's guilty. It's all what people are going to perceive, and it's all down to those jurors. But the case has a long way to go because we haven't heard Melly's side of the case. Usually how it goes, the prosecutor gives their case, then the defense gives their case. They do closing arguments. Then it goes to deliberation. And, yeah. So Let's not make any assumptions. But that's a real quick update on the YNW Melly trial. Yo, we're gonna get into some of the snitch file shit that I'm seeing going on now, bruh. Listen, before I get into this, and let me